Well, what a mess. When you try to drain, the training fluid back into the jug, and your drain plug slips out of your fingers and goes in the drain, in the funnel, it plugs it. Then you get a real mess down here on the floor. Welcome back to the Holo Project. Oh boy, I suppose. Let's get rid of some of the evidence here. Do the old 2-foot shuffle here and try to get a little bit of this off the floor before we get started. Anywho, today we're going to go ahead and fix the transmission leak. It's only like the 5th one it's had, so we'll get her there at some point. Hopefully, once this is done, we'll be able to go drive it. So there's no time better than the present. And I suppose what we ought to do is go ahead and start back there at the drive shaft. Get that plucked out of the way. And then once we get that done, we can go ahead and pull it off the extension housing here. And we'll drop this, unbolt the extension housing, pop it off, and put our new gasket in. And I drained it because if we're leaking fluid here, I can only imagine that there's, fluid that makes its way back here. Contrary to 4L60s and 4L80s and the like. I don't believe they have any fluid that goes back here to the extension. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of other times. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and sneak back here and unbolt that. Okie dokie. Go ahead and get this set in a decent spot here. Normally you can okay. Apparently not today. Don't you guys just love it when a video starts out and it just goes to, what in the world? Boy, who put these on? Me? Holy smokes, what the heck? Good Lord. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just try to break some stuff here, shall we? Am I losing my mind here or something? Holy cow. Good Lord. The hell did I put them on with? Should be a pretty simple process here. And when I say that, I mean this is going to take 7 times longer than it should. Just so you know. I don't want to be confusing anybody with, you know, good progress or anything like that on this channel, because if you've been here long enough, you know that that doesn't exist. How did I know that was going to happen? Should have replaced that bolt long ago. But that's why we've got these down here. Like I said, this is going to take a lot longer than it should have. Yep, time to go to the hardware store. Tape that off. Pull that, let it hang. And that should give us plenty to pull this extension housing off. So now we'll bring our tranny jack over, throw it into the pan, and take our transmission's cross member apart, and then we'll get this unbolted and make some progress. Oi, 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 oi. Don't have to worry about dropping the tranny back off this thing again, because, oh come on. We're not taking the tranny back out. Don't forget to use your safety chains. All right. I think these were 5/8. Nope, 9/16. Go ahead and take this feller out of here. I love these Milwaukee ratchets, but they could be a little stronger. Take our 2 mounts off here. Here we go. make use of our shelf over here, also known as a hoist arm. And we gotta drop it down just a little bit more. Go ahead and snag this other side. Set that down yonder. Take our speedometer out, and then let's drop this down a little bit here. We're not going to be able to, are we? Because of that front cross member. Well, maybe we can get them all without. Oh, holy smokes. Okay, so that one's shorter. The bottom three are long. That one's long. Let me grab a light here. Can't quite see those top ones. It's hot today. Oh, what do we got? What do we got up yonder? We got a vent tube behind one. We got another one up there. See if I can get to those. This one I might be able to get. That one's also long. So far we've only got one short one. Whoopsies. That's another long one. Should only have one more. That's another long one. So only one of those was short. Okay, well, that's all unbolted out. Let's move that. Should we get the drain pan? I suppose we should. Any wagers on this being an absolute disaster? The gasket is definitely broke. Right there where it was leaking. There's our gasket. and that's what it looks like inside there. And everything else appears to be okay. Speedometer gear doesn't look too bad. Let me bring you in here and show you. There's speedometer gear there. All these gears look like they're in great shape. I think we just had a gasket problem, which was broke right down here in the bottom corner. And then I broke it pulling the top apart. But so let's go make sure we've got the right one. We should have. It appears that we need this guy here. Take him over. Yep. That looks to be right. Okay, so that's good. We'll set him back over here before we ruin it. And I think what we'll do, grab my light that I stuck to the hoist arm here. We'll stick our light up here. And I can't get this all the way off because of this emergency brake bracket, which I'm sure I could probably pull out of there, but yeah, it's got a long ways to go before that cover clears. But we can clean it in place where it's at, and we'll clean this side in place as well. It's really not that dirty. So we'll grab the old super scraper here and start cleaning this stuff up. Kind of want to try to scrape away from the holes. Don't need to be pushing that stuff into places that it doesn't need to be, if you know what I mean. So we'll just go ahead and do it this way here. Scrape it up and around. Flip our light over here. I'm wondering if we need to put maybe just a super thin layer of room temperature vulcanization cream on it. Switch to this side over here. You guys probably can't see very well looking into the light. Well, I hope you guys have all been having a good work week. So far, it's Tuesday. I gotta take off for Indiana tomorrow. Short trip, go out there for a day and a half, be back Thursday night. Let me grab some brake clean and we'll wipe this down. Get a nice little blast of a heat wave here last couple of days. I bet you guys are getting it too wherever you're at. If you're in the Midwest, I'm sure you probably are. It's been we've gone from really nice spring weather for the most part. It hasn't really gotten crazy yet this year. But, I mean, we're nearing July here. And that's what happens. You know, we live in Iowa and or the Midwest. And that's just the name of the game here. That corn starts to grow and the humidity starts to kick up with it. She gets pretty toasty. I've got a big fan over there. It's loud though. You guys probably wouldn't be able to hear much of anything if I turned that thing on. But I've got the shop windows open. We got a little bit of a breeze rolling through, so we're doing all right. Doing all right so far. Get this wiped down, cleaned up, double check it. Looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna grab some RTV here, and we're just gonna do a nice little thin layer to stick our gasket, and we should be in good shape. Thin to win now. You don't want to go absolute ape shit with this stuff. Don't need to. Just a thin layer. You could almost Bob Ross on it, you know. 3 hairs and some air. Real light coat. Go around the other side. Real thin coat. Go ahead and put our gasket on here. And we're going to have to very carefully slip it around drive shaft or the output shaft like so, and bring her up. Get her stuck on, and then grab our extension housing. School bus. It sounded like a side-by-side almost. I'll use the bottom one here. Get it lined up. Just go finger tight on these just to hold her in place. And our short one goes right here. Not too terrible of a job, really. A little bit of patience, A little bit more love on the old Caddy. Maybe sometime in 2029 we'll get to drive this thing. She'll probably be rebuilt 5 times by then, but we might be able to drive it someday. Also, we'd like to give old Scott Nichols a shout out because he sent us a package. He was out junkyard shopping and found a horn button centerpiece, which is something we really needed, and shipped it to us with a really nice letter. And we'd like, thank you very much, Scott. That was much appreciated. Very kind of you. We'll just snug these up and then I'll go around them with a hand ratchet. I did look for the torque spec. I could not find the torque spec in the manual. So we're just gonna go with the old rule of thumb. Tight's tight, too tight's broke. Snug these babies down. Should be good to go. All right, there's that. Hook the old speedo cable back up. Clean up the evidence here. And we're out. We'll just blow dry it. Now hopefully that gasket takes care of it. There is another gasket behind that. As you might be able to see here, there is a gasket there and a gasket here. And when I looked at it, it appeared it was leaking from here. I do have the gasket for that, but that would have made too much sense to replace that one when we had this off, so we didn't do it. All right, let's get rid of the drain bucket. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the crossmover put back in. All right, we'll roll this baby back. Somewhere like so. And raise that up, give us a little room to put this back in. Like so. I usually try to get the top one going first because they seem to be the one that's normally the pain. You guys would be surprised how easy this piece comes out and how difficult it can be lining it back up. I don't know why. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you gotta tweak it into place a little bit. It's starting to cloud up. I wonder if we're gonna get some rain this evening. That'd be nice. And we had some nice rains to where we busted our drought. And then it's been dry for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And it's starting to dry everything back out already with the heat that we've had. It's amazing how fast that happens. Alright, let this down a little bit. Oh, I dropped it. Make sure you got her good and centered on here. Jeepers, criminy. We're back. Make sure your drive shaft is good and clean on the end before you stuff her back on here. Okay. And then you got your carrier bearing bolts, which we have to go get one of those. And we also have to get some return line because we were leaking out of that. So let me go get some stuff here and we'll be back here after a bit. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this sorted back out here. Yeah, get it. 4-cylinder power. Kids are on this place, I tell ya. Okay, that should be good. Now we gotta go over yonder here and line up our carrier bearing. There we go. Free up both my hands, that way I can see what the heck I'm doing. If you can get everything lined up here. That's pretty close. See if I can get a bolt started. Beautiful. Go ahead and zip those babies in. Okay. Drive shaft, U-joint, carrier bearing. Jeepers, crime me. Got all the bracketry hooked up, transmission support. All right, I think that's it. Bring her down. Nope, don't bring her down. How about we put our return line hose back on, our new one. Okay, now coming down. I suppose better put her back in park, huh? Whoopsies, took her off too much. I thought I had the camera recording. I did not. This carburetor is just, she's seeing better days. Yeah, it's rebuilt, but it's still not 100% right. She's just stubborn as can be. Don't. Let's run it through a gear or two here. Well, it's really hot out and she's being super stubborn. I'm wondering if it's because of the heat. Let's shut the key off. And let's grab a light. And let's have a look-see under here. I don't see anything dripping. We might have got her. By golly. We might have got her. I'd like to keep her running though to get a final check on the training fluid level now that we ran it through some gears. Let me try to get her going one more time here. I would say that was mildly successful anyway. Got some carb issues to work out still. I don't know. I do have access to another one. It's kind of a grab bag. I'm not exactly sure what to do. This one is missing a spring. There's supposed to be a spring on this guy here. There's not. It's just, this carb's been, you know, it's old. It's been drugged through the ringer. I've made it as right as I can, but we're still having issues with it. So just have to dig around with it a little bit, I guess. There's probably a vacuum leak somewhere with the 150,000 vacuum lines on this car, and you know, who knows what else. But on the plus side, our training leak's fixed, our fuel pump issue's fixed, she runs, it could probably be driven.
Here we go, folks. Maiden voyage. Woo! 390 power. Listen to her purr. There he goes, left without me. Maiden voyage. Lil Debby.
Lil Debby.
So what do you think?
It's insane even driving this thing. I just can't believe the day has finally come.
Yes.
Wait for that here.
Boy, what a fine looking specimen, isn't it?
second gear fine.
Sure did.
Oh, they're not even outside.
What? I just pull in. I don't know if I just pull in sideways here. There we are.
Boy. Well, she don't like to find parts.
Where's the smoke at anywhere?
Get the cops on.
Well, I can tell it's gonna be like a boat ride. Boat in water. Ooh, it's smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? It's like a, oh, this is like a sleep number bed.
Look at the windows even tinted.
Oh, yeah, someone's there.
There goes the hole-up clan.
You got a 2-foot drive it.
Mm-hmm. I've done that before.
Yeah, we're slowing down. We're waiting for you.
That guy liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Sweet.
Sure is.
Look at my turn signal on the hood.
Is that working?
See it up there?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's fiber optic. Huge.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that work and that really means something because that's fiber optic.
It is?
Way back then they used these little tubes with fiber optics and the light went through 'em.
Wow. Is that same kid?
No, different kid.
She's a looker.
That's a fact.
Just out for a Saturday night afternoon cruise.
Yeah. Ooh, just about got attacked. Who's here in the red S10?
I don't know.
All right. Come on. It's a 4-way stop, folks.
Yeah, come on.
Don't have a lot of gas in here. He's looking at the car.
It's Jack.
Look at those cars he's got in there. Kenny had died.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he?
Get him back into Chantel. Nope.
Yeah. Matt's turn. Off we go in the caddy. We got Dad. We got Mom. The old family truckster here. Dun, 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 dun.
It's nice, doesn't it?
Oh, that's nice air.
She's a good unit right here. Oh, Lil Debby. Whoop.
Oh,
Careful of the visors. They like to come down.
yeah. They're automatic.
Yeah, if they think the sun's gonna come out.
Turn signal's
Moses,
working.
son. He's got a stop sign, don't he?
Yeah.
He does.
Thought Matt was gonna do a big old smoky right
Oh.
there.
That old brake pedal is harder than a wedding brick.
I know it.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's almost like there isn't any vacuum to it.
It's got all the vacuum to it. Maybe that's why the carb's being fussy. got maybe a leak somewhere or something. Oh.